Welcome back. In Northport, we're learning more about why a Northport police captain was fired after only 2 years on the job. Captain Steve Ubelacker was fired by Police Chief Kevin Vespia for what Vespia described as a trait of ineffective communication and a distrusted and ineffective manager. However, Ubelacker, who was hired in 2014 to solve internal department issues, made note in a memo that he was just doing his job. Some in the community have come out in support of Ubelacker.
When Chief Vespia was told what he didn't want to hear, well, I'm not going to hear it, so I'll let you go.
We'll hear more at 6 about a string of memos that highlight the problems between the two. Switching gears, a little of a giant release this afternoon off the Florida Keys. Look at this. Florida Fish and Wildlife releasing a 330-pound green sea turtle who they nicknamed Jolly. FWC rescued the adult female turtle last month after it was found entangled in crab trap lines. After nursing it back to health, she's now ready to get back in the water. Jolly is one of the largest turtles ever to be treated at that turtle hospital. Officials suspect she's probably about 50+ years old. Nesting season in the Florida Keys, by the way, starts in April. Good job by all of them. Let's get another check on our weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan. A great day for a baseball game. Wasn't that right, Bob?
Yeah, wonderful time out there at Lecom Park. A lot of people watching the big game. Rays against the Pirates, and the weather couldn't have been better. Tower cam showing the skies generally fair overhead in downtown Sarasota. A few high clouds around, but generally sunny skies. 71 degrees. Dew point fairly comfortable, 62. We have a west breeze at 8, keeping things a little bit cooler right near the coast. Still in the upper 70s to low 80s east of I-75. There is a weak cold front that is moving through north central Florida right now, not doing much and won't either. And this system out here will, though. A low pressure area developing in the western Gulf will eventually swing a cold front our way. A fairly significant one, too, and it will make some big changes next week. West winds basically up and down the coast right now, anywhere from 5 to 10. A little bit stronger inland areas, for example, now at 13 at Port Charlotte, 12 at Northport. All in all, though, a pleasant evening anticipated. We are looking for just a little bit of fog forming late tonight, with the temperature staying above average, well above the seasonal average for this time of year. More in the forecast in just a few minutes. Scott.
All right, Bob, thank you. The man who invoked Florida's Stand Your Ground law is on the way to trial. A judge says she did not believe his testimony about a deadly movie theater shooting during a 2-week hearing and ruled he's not immune from prosecution. ABC's Scott Goldberg has a story.
Curtis Reeves now faces a second-degree murder trial in the death of Chad Olson. The 74-year-old retired police captain had argued that the fatal shooting was justified under Florida's controversial Stand Your Ground law. In a written ruling, a judge disagreed, saying because the defendant's testimony was significantly at odds with the physical evidence and other witness testimony, this court has considerable doubts about his credibility.
What did you do with that pistol?
I shot him.
It happened in this movie theater in January 2014, where Reeves testified that the 43-year-old Olson, a husband and father, threw his cell phone at him, hitting him in the head after Reeves objected to Olson's use of the phone. Then Reeves said Olson threw a bag of popcorn at him, seen in this grainy surveillance video.
He was getting ready to punch me, and I perceived that at some point, and that's when the pistol came out.
Reeves claimed he feared for his life.
Because of his training in law enforcement, he knew what it would take to enact something like this. And from the very beginning, he started to spin the web. But the web had too many holes.
The prosecution portrayed Curtis Reeves as the aggressor. Chad Olson's widow, Nicole, says her husband did stand up to argue with Reeves, but Reeves stood up as well.
He was steps above us, the other guy. He was towering over us. How is that a threat?
Nicole Olson's lawyer says she's thrilled with the ruling.
It's an extremely emotional day for her. She's not only happy, but sad, excited, but at the same time knowing that this is just another step in the process.
Scott Goldberg, ABC News, New York.
Curtis Reeves can still appeal today's ruling. Deputies are looking for the person who shot a sheriff's deputy outside of a South Florida supermarket. Hendry County deputies say the officer was talking to someone outside of the store when a man fired 4 shots at him. He was hit in the left arm, but he's in stable condition. It's not known why the officer was shot. The shooting happened late last night in Clewiston, which is between Fort Myers and West Palm Beach. On Capitol Hill, the FBI director was summoned to meet with top lawmakers about issues of national security. James Comey meeting with 8 congressional leaders in a series of top secret briefings this week. One major discussion point was Russia's interference in the 2016 election and President Trump's explosive allegations President Obama ordered wiretaps at Trump Tower. Comey has privately asked the Justice Department to refute those claims. Meanwhile, the White House has offered no evidence to support Trump's accusations, and when asked, Vice President Mike Pence would not directly answer the question.
The President and our administration are very confident that the congressional committees in the House and Senate that are examining issues surrounding the last election, the run-up to the last election, will do that in a thorough and equitable way.
Another issue is the alleged massive breach of the top CIA secrets revealed by WikiLeaks. Hundreds of documents, the leakers say, reveal the agency's ability to use smartphones, computers, even televisions to spy on targets. Top congressmen want President Trump to stop deleting his tweets. Representatives Jason Chaffetz and Elijah Cummings sending a letter to the White House. Both are concerned about the use of the White House archives digital records, including the president's use of the official White House account and his personal Twitter account. Over the weekend, Trump deleted several tweets on his private account due to a misspelling of the word hereby. If deleted, tweets are not preserved, and lawmakers say it may be a violation of the Presidential Records Act. Here at home, a drug raid has turned into child neglect charges for one Northport mother, a situation neighbors say has been ignored for too long. ABC 7's Adam Cellini spoke to many of those neighbors worried about the future of the children.
Northport police were exercising a drug search warrant on this street when they found 2 children living in a home investigators could only describe as deplorable.
DCF has absolutely failed these children. They should have been removed from that home years ago.
Jana Thompson has lived in her Alliance Avenue home for 6 years, next door to another home she says is a lightning rod for trouble.
We've had to take their kids before when there were fights and arrests and all kinds of, other kind of things going on.
Thompson hasn't been inside, but Northport police have, and reportedly found soiled clothing, dog feces, and garbage littered around the house. Multiple syringes, some loaded with illegal prescriptions, were also inside, which led to child neglect charges for Donna Buska and Eric Rivera for subjecting their 2 daughters ages 11 and 16 to such an environment.
There's 2 kids that are involved that are subjected to this stuff, and that DCF and Northport police just aren't doing enough to protect those kids.
It's a hazard for other children as well. Richard Bailey says he'll often find needles in the grass along the street.
You go out and cut the grass and you find a syringe along the roadside, but you don't know where it came from, so obviously somebody came back out from where they were shooting up, coming down the street, and they throw it out the window.
Buska, who has a history of selling drugs, was also charged for possession of marijuana and narcotic equipment, though DCF could not tell us whether it was enough to remove the girls from the home. The Department of Children and Families confirmed that they have reopened an investigation into these parents. In Northport, Adam Cellini, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Adam, thank you. 5 middle school students on the Suncoast are looking to become world champions. The Brookside Middle School students are competing in the VEX Robotics World Championship next month. The team of 13-year-olds has been going to school an hour early every day to work on their robot. They've already won local and state competitions. And when it comes to robotics, they say the idea is simple, but building it is the hard part.
I'd say the hardest part about this is most likely driving the robot, because usually you're in front of crowds and it's stressful. But I mean, either way, you're still going up against really good teams, so even if you lose, you're still gaining experience.
Kids from Brookside Middle will be one of 1,200 teams from all over the world looking to win the championship. They say their toughest competition may be a team from China, but they're looking forward to the challenge. The VEX Robotics World Championship is April 19th to the 25th in Louisville, Kentucky. That is an impressive looking robot, and we wish them the best in that competition. Look at it go. Still to come in your Suncoast News, do you have the #1 drink in your kitchen? We'll tell you what it is. And when it comes to the arts, the Suncoast is the place to be. A peek at the latest performance by the Sarasota Opera, next.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And andservices.com. andservices.com.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
In town? On the town, The Mark offers landmark living in the center of everything you love about Sarasota. Priced from the 700s, spacious residences and elevated club-level amenities create a private oasis in the sky. Promenade shopping and dining put the best of downtown downstairs. Sales gallery open daily at the corner of Pineapple and State Street just south of Maine. The Mark, Sarasota. Presented by Coulter.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Luxury for less at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ Sports Utility for $249 per month or 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We are proud to introduce the newest addition to the Lincoln lineup, the all-new 2017 Lincoln Continental. We have a great selection and ready for immediate delivery. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Every now and then, factories authorize us to give deep discounts on furniture. And that time is now during the Flex Steel Factory Authorized Sale at Bacon's Furniture and Design. Shop the Flex Steel styles you love like Brandon, Dillon, Crosstown, Fleet Street Sectionals, and more. All at the guaranteed lowest authorized prices. Experience the beauty, the functionality, the quality for years to come with a lifetime warranty on Flex Steel's patented spring construction. The Flex Steel Factory Authorized Sale going on now only at Bacon's Furniture and Design.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. andservices.com. andservices.com.
Sarasota Opera opens its final opera of the 2017 winter season this weekend. And in case you think opera is cold and stuffy, The Love of the Three Kings is as hot as a firecracker with all the ingredients of a soap opera. ABC 7's Linda Carson has more.
You can see why Three Kings would fall in love with Fiora, sung by Elizabeth Trudet. Still, this is an opera not often performed.
It's by a composer who is not very well known, whose name is Montemezzi. And it is a fantastic piece, rich in orchestral detail, rich in vocal emotion, a beautiful storyline with beautiful music.
The storyline. That's a shocker. It's about Fiora. She's engaged and in love with a prince, and then a conquering king takes over her land and forces her to marry his son.
So she decides, however, to continue her love affair with her ex-fiancé on the side, even though she is married to Manfredo.
The old king, her father-in-law, even though he's blind, is suspicious. The fact that he's blind was a challenge to the stage director, Stephanie Sundin.
In order for him to appear blind, I had him blindfolded for most of our rehearsal period.
But the blind king figures out that Fiora is cheating.
He adores his son and can't bear the fact that his daughter-in-law is being unfaithful. But in addition to that, the old blind king, who is the father-in-law, has his own feelings for his daughter-in-law, which explains the title of the opera, The Love of Three Kings.
The old king attacks her.
It sadly ends in her death because her blind father-in-law figures out that she's been having an affair with Avito and strangles her to death.
Andy puts poison on her lips to catch her lover.
Because they figure my lover will come in and kiss me when I'm laying there dead. And so Avito comes in, kisses me, and dies.
Next, her husband kisses her and dies.
And his father comes, thinking he has discovered the predator, as he calls him, the lover, and instead he discovers his dying son at the foot of the funeral bier.
So it's a very tragic opera.
It's the final opera of the season, so you do not want to miss The Love of Three Kings. It opens Saturday and goes through March 26. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Linda. They sound amazing. Also happening this weekend is the 4th annual Sarasota Spring Fine Art Festival. The event has hundreds of outdoor galleries featuring original and handmade art from artists around the world. They include painting, sculpture, jewelry, ceramics, even digital and 3D pieces. The festival takes place tomorrow and Sunday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 in downtown Sarasota, and admission is free. Suncoast Traffic Watch right now. We're still seeing some heavy backup in Manatee County, especially around the Palmetto area. You can go across the two bridges there. It's heavy traffic there. Into Sarasota, I-75 still backed up as you head north on the interstate, even southbound as you get close to University Parkway. And then no accidents reported in the area, and it's green into South Sarasota County as well tonight. Let's go over to Bob now for another check on our weather. Bob?
Beautiful day today out at the ballpark, and you may recognize Jacqueline Matter right there, the morning anchor on our program on ABC7. She was out, and they were actually getting this McCutcheon jersey to a lucky fan who signed some entries at our booth there. And that to the right is our new reporter, Jess Dowdrick, who is out there enjoying the fine skies. Look how blue the skies are behind us there with a bit of a breeze coming in off the Gulf, keeping things a bit cooler there. Van Wezel webcam shows also near the Gulf, pretty good weather. You can see some high clouds occasionally coming on by. Really quite nice out there for boaters. It should be okay tomorrow for boating. Maybe a little bit rough going in the morning, subsiding somewhat in the afternoon. And that's a result of this high pressure quickly moving in. And it'll be just to the northwest of us to start the day, but then should move over the top of us by the afternoon, causing things to subside somewhat as far as the winds and seas go. You can see a few inland showers, and that's it. Not much here along the coast. If you have any plans this evening, looks to be pretty good. 71 degrees on the temperature, sunshine, and west winds at 9. The pressure still fairly high, 30.07 inches. The high today was 76. That's because that wind switched around to a westerly direction pretty quickly, but inland areas low to mid 80s. If you went east of I-75 today, 75 the average high. This morning's low was right at it, 56 for a low temperature. We're going to look at some elevated chances for rain to help this total out. The rainfall total below average, 4 inches already below for the year. And as far as temperatures go across the state, the forecast temperatures are calling for another warm day tomorrow. We'll see high temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s, and then a little bit cooler on Sunday. And that's a result of a front that's going to be moving on in. Temperatures up and down the coast, upper 60s to low 70s right near the coast, and still 75 in Waterleaf. And 74 at Laurel Oak, Kensington Park 72, Plantation you're at 77 degrees, and Port Charlotte at 77, Inglewood at 71. Well, here's the forecast. You see that front just kind of fade away. Not a big deal. We will see a little bit cloudiness tomorrow, but not much. And then by 3:30 in the afternoon, still looks good. So all day long, it looks to be really quite nice. Here comes a storm system that's going to develop in the Gulf along this cold front, which will bring us an increasing chance for rainfall. Not so much during the morning hours on Sunday. We will see a better chance for some showers to develop inland later on in the day and then push off to the east. And then I think Sunday night and Monday will be our best chances for showers. It's not all that high, but it is elevated. Temperature right now 16 into Toronto, 12 into Bismarck. Yes, the big chill is on over the Northeast and the Great Lakes over the weekend. 71 in Dallas, 73 into Houston right now. And Atlanta at 68. We're going to start to get cold down in the deep south as a result of this plunging of the Arctic air that'll start to move in. So winter kind of went away for a while. It's going to make a big comeback, beginning for us anyway, on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Well, the boaters, it looks to be okay. As I said in the morning, it could be a little bit breezy, but it'll subside in the afternoon. Seas running right around 2 feet with a moderate chop out there. Tides on your screen. High tide will be at 11:04 and a low at 6:39. The extended forecast is calling for a time change. We can get that right, obviously. And then we'll see temperatures cooling down with a chance for showers come late Sunday, Sunday night, Monday, and then turning breezy and cool with highs only into the upper 60s on both Wednesday and Thursday. Well, speaking of winds and breezy, it has been that way last weekend and throughout the early part of this week. Things have calmed down. They calmed down considerably for us to go out there and try to catch some fish on Wednesday. Here's more. 5 to 10 knots beats 20 any day. As we head out of the bay, we spot Johnny's grandson, Trey. And after a bait transfer, it's out the pass to Fisher Reef about a mile off of New Pass. Using half shrimps and bouncing it right off the bottom of the old New Pass bridge rubble about 30 feet down, Cheryl from Jersey hooks up.
A grunt.
Hey, grunt. Grunt.
Really good to eat if they're bigger. This one's kind of small. So.
Bigger is better as her friend Beverly hauls this one up.
That's a sheephead. Now that's a sheephead. Okay, bring them over toward me. Don't lift
That's
them
good stuff.
Isn't it amazing when you hit the right spot?
Once again, the ladies showing up the boys, as this one he caught was just too small to keep. But it didn't matter, at least they were fishing in calm waters.
Bob, it's good to be back out on the water after all that wind we had this week. Finally calmed down enough that we can get back out here.
With blue skies and a light zephyr, it was fish on for Ed, finally, and this time a keeper.
Big Spanish Mac. Oh, let me get the net. Take it easy, slow and easy.
Slow and easy, slow and easy. Slow, we go. George, not to be outdone, makes sure he has some lunch as well.
That's marginal, but...
Where there's one, there's usually more of these guys, as Bev finds yet another.
Oh, it is so nice to see these Spanish mackerel showing up.
On this day, the ladies score big.
Spanish mackerel, you can tell it's springtime because the mackerel are here. Hey, remember, take your kid fishing because someday they may take you.
And Captain Larry McGuire going offshore, 65 feet of water earlier, I guess it was last week, taking Mike out there catching that big kingfish. So the kingfish are starting to come back, and talk about big. This is a big pompano. Mitch McKnight, Linda's husband, better half, catching that nice dinner. Those are tasty. And also, Coach Steve Herrick of Beach Adventures, Beach Fishing Adventures, letting Dave Bankoff, one of his customers, catch that big one. And this is not a big flounder, but the flounders are out there too. I've seen a couple of pictures of bigger flounder, but they caught that. They catch a wide variety of fish right off of the south end of Longboat Key. So if you can get there, it's good.
I think that's a big fish. It's just that the person has a big hand.
Big hand, yeah.
I think that's part of it. Bob, thanks. In consumer news, Volkswagen back in court today for the emissions scandal. The automaker pleading guilty to conspiracy, obstruction of justice, and an import crime. The German automaker admitting to cheating the U.S. government by using software to evade emission rules in nearly 600,000 diesel vehicles. It also admitted to installing software that activated pollution controls during government tests and then switched them off during regular driving. The scandal has cost the company about $21 billion so far overall. Volkswagen is agreeing to pay a $4.3 billion penalty here. The jobs report is out for the month of February, and it is positive. According to the Labor Department, 235,000 jobs were added last month. That drops the unemployment rate below 5%. Most of the boost came from 58,000 new construction jobs. That's the most in nearly a decade. The growth will also make the Federal Reserve more likely to raise short-term interest rates. More people are drinking water. According to research and consulting company Beverage Marketing, bottled water is the best-selling beverage in the country. Last year, Americans bought nearly 13 billion gallons of it. Soda came in second place. This weekend, the Girl Scouts of America will be celebrating a special moment. Their cookies will be turning 100 years old. Girl Scouts were founded back on March 12, 1912 in Savannah, Georgia, with 18 girls. Later, they added those cookies. A few favorite ones include Thin Mints, and if you're gluten-free, the Toffee-tastic cookies. The Girl Scout cookie campaign actually started in January. It lasts until the end of March. The idea of cookie sales is to teach girls the value of being their own boss and understand the idea of achieving a goal.
I think that's really cool. It teaches me to support other girls and really just learning how to really value being a girl and loving who I am.
And those cookies are delicious too. Girl Scouts are in 92 countries with nearly 3 million members now. Stay with us. Entertainment news is next.
Now's the perfect time to create a custom system with California Closets. During our Door and Drawer event, save up to $500 on beautiful doors and drawers for any room. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
The official salon of ABC7. Choice Salon.
Being the caregiver for someone you love is truly a blessing. But sometimes you can lose a part of yourself. To be your best, for them and for you, it's important to have time to be able to recharge your batteries. When you call Tidewell Hospice, they can give you a chance to do just that, and with the peace of mind of knowing your loved one is in the very best hands. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
Come meet the artists and enjoy their creations at the Sarasota Spring Fine Art Festival. Over 100 artists and thousands of works of contemporary art in photography, glass, sculpture, jewelry, and much more. The 4th annual Sarasota Spring Fine Art Festival, Saturday and Sunday, March 11th and 12th on Gulfstream Avenue in downtown Sarasota. Bring your sense of discovery and appreciation of the beautiful to the Sarasota Spring Fine Art Festival. For more information, visit ParagonArtEvents.com.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
Going to have to wait a little longer for an Avatar sequel. Director James Cameron says he's postponing it for another year. The science fiction epic had a December 2018 release date, but Cameron says it wasn't officially scheduled for that date. 4 more Avatar films are being developed simultaneously. The delay of the first sequel will make it at least a decade since the first Avatar movie hit theaters. Meanwhile, only one movie opening in theaters this weekend. Reviews for Kong, Skull Island are already pretty strong. Box office analysts predicting it will do well this weekend. The movie has an all-star cast led by Tom Hiddleston, Oscar winner Brie Larson, Samuel L. Jackson, and John Goodman. And all of them say they're big Kong fans.
I think he's an icon. He's a myth of modern day movies. And it was a real privilege that we get to be part of the legacy of Kong movies. And
also battling for a top spot at the box office again this weekend, the Wolverine movie called Logan. The wait will soon be over for Game of Thrones fans. The Emmy-winning drama series is scheduled to return to HBO this July for its 7th season. This season will be the next to last one for the fantasy saga based on the books by George R.R. Martin. Finally, a little boy was looking to take the spotlight away from Queen Elizabeth when he threw a tantrum. 2-year-old Alfie Lunn was set to hand the Queen some flowers when he wriggled out of his mother's arms and tried to sit on the ground. His mother was able to pick him up, and reluctantly he handed the Queen the bouquet. The 90-year-old Queen, though, didn't seem fazed by it all. Being a great-grandmother herself, she's probably seen this before. The cute royal encounter took place at the unveiling of a new war memorial in London yesterday. She handled it well. And we'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.
Now's a perfect time to create a custom system with California Closets. During our Door and Drawer event, save up to $500 on beautiful doors and drawers for any room. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at CaliforniaClosets.com.
Every now and then, factories authorize us to give deep discounts on furniture. And that time is now during the FlexSteel Factory Authorized Sale at Bacon's Furniture and Design. Shop the FlexSteel styles you love like Brandon, Dillon, Crosstown, Fleet Street Sectionals, and more. All at the guaranteed lowest authorized prices. Experience the beauty, the functionality, the quality for years to come with a lifetime warranty on FlexSteel's patented spring construction. The FlexSteel Factory Authorized Sale going on now only at Bacon's Furniture and Design.